We'll now resume our regular council meeting of the Township of Kapamongan on Monday, November 7th. There was no report back from closed session, so we'll move into item number 7, presentations under 7.1 2022 Heritage Award recipients. And for that, I will turn to Councillor Huntley and Councillor Belch.
Thank you, and through you, Mayor. It's my honor this year to, with Councillor Belch, to hand out our annual Heritage Awards. I'm going to read this because we worked on the wording so long that I can't remember what it is unless I read it. So the Municipal Heritage Award have been in place for a number of years. The award recognizes and honors individuals or businesses that have made changes to their home/business which are in keeping with the historical integrity of the structure, site, or landscape, and who have made significant contributions to the preservation and the awareness of the natural, architectural, narrative, or ancestral history of the township. Now, today, we'd like to honor 4 individuals who collectively restored both the historical chapel and a number of the historical monuments at the St. Paul's Anglican Cemetery on the Zion line. Fantastic job that has been going on there for a while. So Jill Stalker, Ruth Roberts, Sherry Lynn McMahon, and Bev Hilditch. So on behalf of the Municipal Revitalization and Heritage Advisory Committee, Mr. Hack, and the Township of Kapamongan, we would like to present you with the 2022 Municipal Heritage Awards. Your efforts not only to educate, but inspire others in our community. And thank you very, very much.
It's actually the oldest area, so we're very, very pleased to call it to business. And good luck to the council and let's put this together.
No, that's going home with you. Thank you and congratulations. Next, I guess we'll get a motion to receive that, Madam Clerk. Deputy Mayor Graham, Councillor Belch, all in favor? Carried. Next item, number 8, 8.1 minutes of the special council meeting held September 29th. Motion for those minutes. Councillor Shaw and Deputy Mayor Graham. No. All in favor? Just become so normal. Item 8.2, minutes of the regular council meeting held October 3rd, 2022. Motion for those minutes. Deputy Mayor Graham, Councillor Shaw, all in favor? Carried. Minutes from committees and boards, Emergency Management Program Committee, EMPC meeting minutes of October 13th. Motion for those minutes. Councillor Huntley and Councillor Belch, all in favor? Carried. Kapamongan Public Library Board meeting minutes of September 20th, 2022. Motion for those minutes. Deputy Mayor Graham, Councillor Shaw, all in favor? Carried. Reports, first up, item 10.1, report finance 2022-17, 2023, user fees and charges bylaw. Ms. Pope. Can you turn it on yet?
Thank you. Council, I have before you the 2023 user fees and charges bylaw. This is a bylaw with the various additions as listed within the report, just to bring our fees up to date and to align with other legislative rates that are in our bylaw. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer them for you today.
Any questions from members of council? Seeing none, motion to receive that report and accept the recommendation. We've got Councillor Shaw, Councillor Huntley. All in favor? Carried. Thank you, Ms. Pope. Next item, report finance 2022-18, actual to budget, January to September 2022. Ms. Pope, I will proceed to any questions for Ms. Pope. This is our normal report coming forward. No questions. Motion to receive that report. Councillor Shaw, Deputy Mayor Graham, all in favor? Carried. Next item, report planning 2022-48, third quarter activity report, building economic development and planning. Mr. Conley.
Thank you, Your Worship. So through you to council, you have before you the third quarter activity report, building economic development and planning. This is planning report 2022-48 with the recommendation that council receive report planning 2022-48 third quarter activity report, building economic development and planning for information. One change should be noted that in the first paragraph of the under the building permits part, you should say that it should read the third quarter in the first and third sentence. My apologies for not having that there, but otherwise, if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer.
Very. Any questions from members of council? Deputy Mayor Graham.
Through you, Mayor. Mr. Connolly, I'm assuming in the next iteration of council, this report will be structured, or is it currently structured to represent the new or the newly adjusted wards in the breakdown? I know traditionally it would have been on the previous structure or boundaries of the wards in question, but I'm just sort of curious: is the skewed to Cavan in regards to inquiries respectful of the previous existing boundary or the newly established boundary for that ward?
So through your worship to Deputy Mayor Graham, these are reflecting the old boundaries. They will be changed and revised accordingly. We felt that at this point couldn't change them in the way in which recorded, but we will make those adjustments going forward. You will see a deviation and change. I think overall the takeaway messages again is consistently we've had same sort of busyness with the first three quarters. You see the geography of where it's spread out, but in the future we will change that and report on that.
Very good. Any other questions for Mr. Conley? Seeing none, motion to receive and accept the recommendations. We got Deputy Mayor Graham, Councillor Shaw, all in favor? Carried. Next item, 10.4, report parks and facilities 2022-05, replacement of the Millbrook Valley Trails floating bridge. Mr. Allison.
There we go. Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. The recommendation is the council award R&J Machine the replacement of the Millbrook Valley Trails floating bridge in the amount of $41,495.35, including net municipal HST plus 10% contingency, $4,149.54. The total budget approved requested is $45,644.89. Recommendation 2, that council approve the funds from the Millbrook Valley Trails Committee, $16,500 of the Baron Cohen donation in the Millbrook Valley Trails Reserve account and $2,500 of the unspent 2022 operating budget totaling $19,000. Recommendation 3, that council approve the funds from Regional Tourism Organization 8 grant in the amount of $13,445. Recommendation 4, the council approve the fund's $7,000 surplus available in the Parks and Facilities capital budget, Ford F-150 surplus PBR shared 50/50 with fire truck purchase. Recommendation 5, the council approve the funds $6,199.89 be transferred from the Parkland Reserves Fund, City of Peterborough. This section of the Baxter Creek Trail has been closed since 2020 due to the condition of the floating bridge. It's a liability and a health and safety concern. With the funding commitment from the Millbrook Valley Trails Committee and the Regional Tourism 8 grant, we can eliminate this hazard, replace the bridge, and reopen this section of the trail.
Thank you, Mr. Allison.
Thank you. I just wanted to thank Chris, staff, and Bridget as well for the opportunity to pursue this. I don't think we ever, as a representative on Millbrook Valley Trails, we never expected to be able to get this project of this grandeur done on this amount of time. But Bridget, with all of her skill set in applying for the grant and remaining left over in conjunction with the generous donation from the Cowan group, it's a great opportunity to do this and have it ready as soon as possible, even in as early as next spring for trail usage to recommence. So thanks everyone for all the hard work, and finding an even better quote than was originally provided is not a common occurrence in municipal work. So thanks for that.
How's that? All right, very good. Okay. Thank you very much, Deputy Mayor Graham, and motion to receive the report and accept the recommendation. I better stick with the original. Deputy Mayor Graham, and I was heading over to. Good. Oh, it's a fly. Sorry. And Councillor Shaw. All in favor? Thank you for your patience. We got through that one. Next item is 10.5 report corporate services 2022-19 committees and boards for the 2022-2026 term of council. Ms. Page.
Thank you, Mayor McFadden. Through you to members of council, before you is Corporate Services Report 2022-19, and the recommendations before you are. The council approves the updated policy for advisory committees, the terms of reference for the Municipal Revitalization and Heritage Advisory Committee, the Millbrook Valley Trails Advisory Committee, and the Committee of Adjustment. Recommendation 2, that council approves establishing a Sustainability Advisory Committee and the terms of reference. And recommendation 3, that council adopts bylaw 2022-72, being a bylaw to establish various committees and boards for the township of Cavan Monaghan during the 2022-2026 term of council.
Very good. Thank you.
Through you, Mayor. Just a question. With the addition of another fairly large committee with not fewer than 7, I just could staff remind me of if we don't receive enough applicants for that? I think in the past, some members of council have been used to sort of prop up the numbers in the event that we don't have enough volunteers for that committee work. But can you just clarify? I mean, obviously, hopefully this is not an issue. But if it is, I just can't remember what this currently is, because I know some of these are required to have this number in various acts, but in the absence of those, what does a municipality do?
Through you, Mayor McFadden to Deputy Mayor Graham. That's a very good question. You're right. The acts under the board, the BIA handbook, as well as Cavan Monaghan Library, those do regulate that. This one does not. So I would imagine staff would just call another advertisement to try to fill it until we had the vacancies filled.
Any other questions from members of council? Seeing none, motion then to receive that report and accept the recommendation. We got Councillor Shaw and Councillor Huntley. All in favor? Carried. Next item 10.6, report CIO, report and capital status. Ms. Hurley, is there any questions from members of council on the report and capital project status? Seeing none, motion to receive that. Councillor Shaw and Deputy Mayor Graham, all in favor? Carried. Thank you, Ms. Hurley. Next, item 10.7, council committee verbal reports. Item 10.7.1 is the committees of council appreciation. So I will go through the list of all of our wonderful volunteers that represented us on our various committees. With the Committee of Adjustment, we had Aaron Glover, Dave Grant, Michael Semple, and Jerry Burns as the alternate member. Millbrook Business Improvement Area BIA Board of Management, we had Christine McCulloch as the president, Louise Bedford vice chair, Heather Clark treasurer, John Frizzle member at large, Chloe Dewhurst secretary, and Ryan Huntley as our council representative. For Municipal Revitalization and Heritage Advisory Committee, we had Rob Ross as chair, Heather Clark BIA member, Peter Ramsey, Ashley Stewart, Bruce Lepper, Ina Daltrey, Tim Belch as our council representative, and Ryan Huntley as the vice chair council representative. Millbrook Valley Trails Advisory Committee, we had Robert Jackson as the chair, Alex Bushell as the vice chair, Meredith Carter, David D'Agostino, John Follis, Maureen McDonald, John Frizzle, Gary Wall, Hillary Bradshaw, and Matthew Graham as our council representative. And on the Cavan Monaghan Public Library Board, we had Glenn Spurl as the chair, Linda Allaire, Brian Matheson, Earl McLeod, Jessica Pollock, Rob Swafield, and myself as the council representative. So a big heartfelt thanks to each and every one of our volunteers that took part in each of those very important committees and for their time served on it. So with that, everyone will be getting a certificate of appreciation that will be sent out to them. Sent out? Mailed out. Very good. Can I get a motion to receive that verbal report? We got Deputy Mayor Graham, Councillor Belch, all in favor? Carried. There's no general business, no correspondence for information, no correspondence for action, bylaws. Number 14.1, bylaw number 2022-68, being a bylaw to adopt a property taxation collection policy, and bylaw number 2022-69, being a bylaw to adopt accounts receivable collection policy, bylaw number 2022-70, being a bylaw to adopt a water and wastewater accounts receivable collection policy, bylaw number 2022-71, being a bylaw to impose and consolidate user fees and charges, and bylaw number 2022-72, being a bylaw to establish the various committee and boards of the Township of Capmani for the 2022 to 2026 term of council be read a first, second, third time, signed by the mayor and the clerk, and the corporate seal attached thereto. Moved by Councillor Huntley and Councillor Shaw. All in favor? Carried. There is no unfinished business. Any notices of motion or anything? Confirming bylaw. Item 17.1, bylaw number 2022-73, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the meeting held November 7th, 2022. Be read a first, second, third time, signed by the mayor and the clerk, and the corporate seal attached thereto. Moved by Deputy Mayor Graham, Councillor Shaw, all in favor? Carried. And before we actually call for the adjournment, I was going to look to, there's a few of us that will not be returning, to say a few words. Councillor Belch, I'll start with you, and then Councillor Shaw, go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. It's been a real privilege to have served the community for 13 years, and it's a little sad moment for me, but I did make the decision not to run this time around, and I wish I'm very happy that now the future mayor and deputy mayor were able to get in. I really like the continuity of that. It's going to help the staff so much. And having said the staff, wish them all the best going forward. It's always a challenge to bring in new people and get through that. So wish you all the best on that. And we'll be interested watching from afar what goes on, and we'll occasionally pop in to say hello. So to our CAO, it's been wonderful working with you. And we really did get along for these 4 years. And I really wish the best going forward. It's not always easy, but I'm sure you guys will figure it out and make things work. So to the staff, thank you for everything, and wish you the best going forward. And I hope that there's not too many bumps. Take care.
Thank you, Councillor.
And I would like to extend a warm thank you to all of the council here for adopting me on short notice, and an extension to the staff who have welcomed me with open arms and was a true education for me over the last many months, and CEO as well. It's been an absolute delight to be here. I've appreciated every moment. Sometimes we're a little more hectic than others, but it was certainly an eye-opener and good knowledge for me, and hopefully for I have done well by you as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Shaw. I'm going to keep it short. We'll do the rest off camera. First off, to our mayor-elect, deputy mayor-elect, wish you all the best and success. We've had some fantastic victories and wins over the course of, I know, my last 12 years. And I do sincerely wish you both the very best. And to the members of the newly elected council, Jerry, Nels, Lance, I do wish you all the best. My phone number is not changing. I've successfully changed it over to my new provider, and I still have the same phone number. So it's not changing. By all means, call me anytime. To Councillor Belch, thank you. It's been we spent a lot of time together in the course of council business. But outside of that, you've been a true friend over the course of the last 12 years. And it's great to represent the community, and it's certainly been a privilege and an honor. But your friendship has meant more than anything, and I'll never forget that. And I know that will continue, so thank you. It meant a lot. And Councillor Shaw, thank you very much for your Hail Mary call at the last second to address what could have been a very, very difficult decision on behalf of council. You made it very easy, and you were a logical choice. And I do commend you and thank you for putting your name forward to represent and take over for Kathy's seat. Thank you. It meant the world to all of us, and you've jumped in and done an absolutely incredible job. So thank you very much, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate our time together. And to staff, I can confidently state that I disagreed with all of you at different times, and it was very respectful, and I know we had a lot of fun. We enjoyed it outside of the office. We certainly had the opportunity to have some very good conversations, and I'm not going to get any further into that at the current moment. But I do want to thank you. Most of you in the room have been with me for the last 12 years. You have professionally developed, and I know I have definitely changed as well. And we did so together harmoniously, and it's been a blast. Thank you, and I'll have more to say later. And that's it. So motion to adjourn. I have Councillor Shaw and I have Councillor Belch. And Councillor Belch, go ahead.
There we go. One last regret, and that is that I wasn't given a particular form, and I really feel badly that here I am finishing up, and it was never ever able to get it.
You get to tick that box.
Yeah, right. So what was the number of the form again?
We'll have more to say as we go off, and your time on council is not done yet, so don't rule out the form. But we do have a mover and a seconder on adjournment. All in favor? Carried. Thank you, everybody.